What do you say, baseball fans? Rybread Talking Baseball, episode 13, coming to you with a heavy heart today. Coach Don Reed, baseball legend, has passed away. Shorecrest Chargers, Cape Cod League. I know there's a lot of heavy hearts out there. And I've tried to start this 3 times, so I'm just going to power through it this time because I'm not going to make it. Anyway, so let's play 2, Coach. In the heart of America last night, had a Little League game break out between the Rays and the Royals. They were kicking the ball around the infield. Brings you back to when you're playing sandlot ball out there. Tough night for Whit Merrifield. Pulling a TJ Fuller out there at second base. TJ could always hit the cover off the ball, but my goodness, he had a couple of those Whit Merrifield nights in him. It was great to see the Rays win a slugfest. They need to win games that way if they're going to hang in the AL East. It's just part of the deal. Sluggers in that division. Boston is killing the ball. New York's killing the ball. Or they're going to, excuse me. They're not killing it yet. You expect that they will. So the Rays are going to have to turn it up a notch. All right, thanks. All right, I'm back in it. The Rays are going to have to turn it up. And hopefully we'll see more Brent Honeywell Jr., another inspirational story. My goodness, he's the reason why I'm doing this now. His love of baseball inspired that in me. So here I am, and I'm not going to quit either. So, wow, a lot of emotion today here. I'm talking baseball. Those of you who knows me, they know that I'm a complete softie. Every awards dinner I ever attended, I broke down like a blubbering mess, just like this. My cousin's wedding. Oh, my God, what a mess. This is how it is, people. But I love talking baseball, and it's going to get me through it. As sad as it is, the AL Central is looking like it's going to be all Chicago. They look too tough. Rodon, gutty. I'm trying to be gutty like Rodon, and it's not working out. So, and I'm not trying to be exploitive here. It's just, those of you who know me, this is me. And it was great to see. Tough squad there. Gutting up for their guy. Getting a win against Cleveland. I think Chicago's just going to rise to the top of that division. And I think it's what everybody kind of expected. Minnesota hasn't found their stride yet. And then out west, oh my gosh, what about these teams out west? My goodness. The A's, oh, no big deal, just 10 in a row. No big deal for the A's, right? That's what got me started on the green and gold and got me going down Coach's path. And gosh darn it, there we are again. So out west, it's a lot tougher than you think. Out west, with the Angels not playing how they should and how they will. The Rangers are down. The Rangers looked tough against the Rays, but the Rays were looking forward to that New York series. So that kind of explains how they were owning the Rays like that. Angels can play better than they did. That was a high wire act by Shohei, but he put his guys in a place to win. If you're the Angels, you're not worried, but you might be a little bit concerned that the division's going to be tougher. Because Oakland, like I said, 10 in a row, hottest team in baseball. What are you going to say about Oakland? You surprised Oakland's won a bunch of games? They do it every year. The A's and the Rays, they just do it every year somehow. And that's what makes them exciting for me as well. But Houston's going to be good. I'm not telling anybody anything about Houston. It's a tough building to win. And my goodness, that division looks a heck of a lot tougher with the Mariners playing like they are. Look, a little 2-game set. They beat the Dodgers and then lose 1-0. As a litmus test, that's pretty darn good. And if you're a fan, maybe you can celebrate a moral victory a little bit. Players, not so much. But you can't be disappointed as a Mariners fan with how that series went. The Mariners are playing well, and I'm going to stay with the Mariners because they deserve it. 300 infantry, you made it. No, but they have surprised some people. We'll see if they can hang with it, but my goodness, the West looks tough now, doesn't it? The West looks rougher than I thought it was going to be, because I really thought it was going to be just Angels and Houston doing it, but It's my fault for counting out the A's. But in the National League, you have to go for the superlatives. Corbin Burnes was Corbin Burnes. My goodness, Corbin Burnes. I had a visceral reaction to Corbin Burnes' outing. When he was punching guys out, I was like, ugh. It's like, oh my goodness. He's got the tight braking stuff, and then just pow, inside, sit down. I know an about face when I see one. I'm a Marine. And how many of those punch outs, even the backwards ones, you're just like, ooh. It's like it hurt. It's like when you see a guy crush a baseball, and it's like, ugh, get it out of here. Like Big Old Joe in the SBO playoffs, just grunting one out. Ugh. But when he was punching dudes out, it was visceral. It was like, ooh, man, that hurts. Just busting people right inside with 96. And not afraid to pitch inside. Guys don't pitch inside like that as much. But Burnes simplified his delivery. They did a great job of breaking this down in the telecast. He just got rid of the windup. Your most important pitches are the ones that you're going to make from the stretch anyway, so why not practice from the stretch? I was told that at a very young age, practicing for an all-star team that I didn't make, but I still got to practice with the team before I got cut, and they simplified my delivery, and ever since then I was able to throw strikes, and my goodness, can Corbin Burnes throw strikes? I'm not going to say anything about his current thing, but let's just say that 6 innings, 10 Ks, no walks. It's just kind of par for the course. It wasn't easy. The Padres are a good team. If you watch the game, it could have been a lot different, but Billy McKinney went Mookie Betts. It was such an exciting play. Myers hits a shot, hits a rocket, and then McKinney's only in the game because Yelly's on the mend. And then earlier in the game, he had hit a home run in the game. He brought his bat, too. Why not? Why not make a phenomenal play in the outfield, right? And on the telecast, it happened so quickly that all you pretty much saw was the guy's legs because he was already diving for the ball on the first camera angle. And it was in San Diego, so you knew what happened. The crowd was like, oh. It's like a gut punch. Has any team been robbed more by outfielders than the San Diego Padres? Former Rays on the San Diego Padres do not fare well with those kind of robbery plays. My goodness. Mookie did it to Tommy Pham, and then old Billy McKinney did it to Myers. Will Myers, man, oh goodness. He had to think he had extra bases there. If he doesn't come up with that ball, he's going to score probably. Myers is fast. I bet he would have rounded the bases on that. Would have changed that game completely. But in the end, it's the Billy McKinney show. And you can't be upset about that if you're a Brewers fan in those tight road threads. I love those Brew Crew threads, I got to be honest. And the best logo in baseball, the MB that makes the glove with the baseball in the middle, it's so cool. So fresh. I love that road uni they're rocking. But the West is up for grabs. The Central's how we thought. The East is just going to be a mess, but the Red Sox are so hot right now. My goodness. It's just getting overshadowed. It's getting overshadowed by the A's being on our 10-game winning streak. This thing's just getting ready. I'm sorry for losing my mind there at the beginning. Give me a shout out at Rybread0844 on Twitter. I am really going to play two. We'll roll right into the next one coming up right now. Welcome back, baseball fans. We're playing two today on Talking Baseball in honor of legendary coach Don Reed, the Cape Cod League, Shorecrest Charger, mentor, legend. I'm going to leave the first part of this in. I don't want to be exploitive, but you know me. If you've ever been to a baseball award show, I'm emotional like that. That's how I roll. I feel so much better to have it out now. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Any of you old Chargers want to reconnect and swap some old Don Reed stories, I'm happy to do that. There's a ceremony for him May 8th, Anderson McQueen in Tyrone. The funny thing about that is Anderson McQueen sponsored one of my Little League baseball team. Like, the whole baseball thing is coming together in a way that's really bringing the emotion out of me. I appreciate you guys staying with me for the end of this. I wanted to separate the baseball part with the emotional part so you could just kind of leave it at the door. But Coach Reed in the power strap, the guy's just a baseball legend, a story for every occasion, and I want to celebrate that. My kid's birthday is right around that time, and I'm in Michigan now. There's no way I'm probably going to be able to make it for the ceremony. I have to get a lot of other things in a row before that happens. But man, I hope there's a big turnout for Coach Reed there. Those of you who can make it, and I'll be there in spirit for sure. Let's show some Charger pride and really support Coach Reed, and reach out to your old buddies, man. Reach out to your dudes and say what's up. Tell a Coach Reed story. I'm getting at you today, Houts. I'm calling you up, buddy. So thanks for staying with us here on this somber episode here of Talking Baseball. I appreciate y'all. This is part of our quest for 162. Thanks.